aquí frente a la puerta de Brandenburgo, símbolo emblemático de la ciudad de Berlín, aquí en Alemania, en una entrevista exclusiva para C5N con el gurú Sri Ravi Shankar. The art of living is a religion, or you can belong to any religion and to practice.
To any religion, doesn't matter. It is spirituality, I say, unites people of all religions, because it is bringing up the basic human values, and that is the essence of every religion. You know, when you can feel love for everybody on the planet Earth, and when you feel sort of compassion, and you start caring for the planet, serving people, this is it, isn't it?
You have a great impact in leaders, in political leaders, intellectual leaders, business leaders. How do you motivate them?
I just simply say what I know.
300 million of people follow you. How? How can you do it?
You know, when you tell them something which is very effective, which is practical, which they can get benefit in their life, they will want to take it. Today, you have 2 billion people using cell phones in the country, so 300 million is very small number.
Sri Ravi Shankar es un maestro de la India que predica el amor como filosofía de vida y el autoconocimiento como medio para lograr la felicidad. Nació en 1956 en Papanasam, India. A los 17 recibió un título de Física Moderna Avanzada y más tarde un doctorado honorario de la Universidad de Kuvempu en Karnataka, India. Pero el joven dio el paso de discípulo a maestro en 1982, cuando se retiró del mundo para pasar 10 días en el más completo aislamiento. En ese retiro nació el germen del Sudarshan Kriya, una práctica que combina yoga y meditación con una técnica especial de respiración. Para difundirla, creó la fundación El Arte de Vivir, que hoy tiene filiales en 144 países. Este hombre, 3 veces nominado para el Premio Nobel de la Paz, es un frecuente mediador en conflictos internacionales, lidera campañas mundiales contra el femicidio, la explotación de menores y la protección del planeta junto a Naciones Unidas y UNICEF. Su habilidad para reunir y facilitar el diálogo entre grupos enfrentados, como por ejemplo entre Sri Lanka e India, Irak, Camerún, Kashmir y Bihar, Palestina, es mundialmente reconocida. Líder espiritual y humanitario, reconocido mundialmente por su gran labor social, su visión de una sociedad libre de violencia y estrés inspiró a millones de personas a expandir su responsabilidad para construir un mundo mejor.
Aquí frente a la puerta de Brandenburgo, símbolo emblemático de la ciudad de Berlín, aquí en Alemania, en una entrevista exclusiva para C5N con el gurú Sri Ravi Shankar, quien está invitando a toda Europa y en realidad a todos los continentes a asistir a un festival que se va a desarrollar en el mes de julio aquí en Berlín, donde las 70.000 personas que van a asistir van a respirar y meditar por la paz del mundo. Todos serán embajadores de la paz, las 70.000 personas que se encuentren aquí en Berlín. When you were a child, how did you know that this was your mission, to spread the message of peace all over the world? It was a feeling. Who told you? Was an inspiration?
Correct. It's an inner feeling.
An inside feeling.
Yeah. I used to say that people waiting for me all over the world, I'm going to go there.
And you was a child.
Yeah. In those days, I didn't know anybody, nor my family knew anybody. And it was much difficult to travel in those days. Talking about 50 years ago.
And when you were young?
And there were no cell phones then.
No cellular phones, no. And you were young, you went to attend day meditations, and then you came back with this Sudarshan.
Correct.
This special technique of breathing. Who inspired you? What happened those 10 days? It remembers when Moses went to the Mount Sinai and he came back with the 10 commandments, and you went away and you came with this.
I would say this is just a gift. It's not something I thought about manufactured, but it's just something, a gift that we received.
It was like an inspiration that came to you?
Inspiration, right.
And and why breathing change emotions?
And that is how it is. Breath is linked with emotions. Breath is linked with our spirit. There are several layers to our existence. Environment is our first layer, and then the physical body, then the sensations in the body, the prana, a life force. And when we go deeper in the mind and in the intellect, there is something very deep within us that is made up of our spirit. That's all love. And that we can experience when we become calm. The mind becomes calm and quiet.
But the art of living is a religion, or you can belong to any religion and to practice?
To any religion, doesn't matter. It is spirituality, I say, unites people of all religion. Because it is bringing up the basic human values. And that is the essence of every religion. When you can feel love for everybody on the planet Earth, and when you feel sort of compassion, and you start caring for the planet, serving people, this is what is needed, isn't it? So, Art of Living teaches basic human values and helps one to get rid of stress and strain. Doesn't matter if you're a Catholic or a Protestant or you're a Muslim, you can continue to follow your religion. It doesn't interfere.
It's spirituality.
Yeah. It's way to find peace and love within you.
But you promote a world of peace without violence, with dialogue. What happened, for example, with terrorism or rapism, murder? It's also dialogue to follow?
I see, inside every culprit, there is a victim crying for help. There is a scar, there is wound, there is ignorance, there is stress. They didn't have an opportunity to know themselves. They didn't have an opportunity how to release the negative feelings. And we offer these programs, thousands of volunteers around the world are working with these people and they are reforming them. So much reform is happening in the prisons, and people are realizing that this education is so much needed. See, neither in school nor at home anybody teaches how to manage the mind, how to manage the feelings, negative feelings. They just come up, anger comes, jealousy comes, greed comes. So when these feelings come, if you know how to manage them through meditation, through breathing, then they don't come at all.
First you have to breathe and then you go deeper in meditation.
Correct.
That's the way. And when you are, for example, in some countries that are in crisis, in war, what do you do with the leaders? You talk with the leaders? You have the message? Or
we tell both the leaders to relax a little bit and we sit with them and then bring them together. When you are relaxed, when your mind is calm, they are able to communicate better. Because the mind is so agitated, then there is no communication. And when communication breaks down, that is when conflicts begin, And selfish reason, small-mindedness, selfish reason, instead of seeing a big picture, people are caught up in this little selfish reasons and ambitions. Then they create disaster for the whole country. That is where we try to bring them a broader vision, make them understand life from a broader perspective.
And we think that it's so easy to breathe, no? Since the moment we are born, we breathe, and if we don't breathe, we are dead. So why, if it's so natural in our life, we have to learn to breathe?
See, you have all the 10 fingers. Everybody has 10 fingers. But in order to create music in the guitar by these 10 fingers, you need to learn.
Yes,
Isn't it?
You are right.
In the similar manner, though everybody breathes, they don't know how to use the breath to become stronger. Mentally, physically, emotionally. So these little techniques, when they learn, they know how they can physically be strong, mentally strong, emotionally very clear. Yeah.
And in July, it's going to be a big meeting here in Berlin. Why you choose Berlin?
For our Silver Jubilee, we did a big program in India and also in US. We hadn't done anything in Europe.
It's the first time in Europe?
First time in Europe, we want to do a big program because there are so many people in this continent, in Russia. So it's central, it's easy for Indians to come, for the Asians to come, for Americans to come, and South Africans to come, and Russians, so everybody can.
They are coming from all over the world. It will be a energy, a power, all together sitting here, breathing and meditation. It's too powerful.
Yeah.
Why India is so spiritual? It's a country with so much poverty. How it's so spiritual?
You must know that India was under colonial rule for nearly 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
In 17th century, India counted for 33% of the world's GDP was in India. But then so much wealth has been taken out of India. So naturally there was some poverty. But even in spite of poverty, India still is progressing. Very vibrant.
Yes, I know.
And because there is a spiritual roots there. See, with so many languages, with 1/3 of land of America, 4 times the population of America, India is still progressing.
Yes.
And there is still harmony. Otherwise it would have become like a former Yugoslavia long ago. So it is that principle of non-violence and justice, peace. These are the values that is binding India even today.
Yes, you have a great impact in leaders, in political leaders, intellectual leaders, business leaders. How do you motivate them?
I just simply say what I know.
300 million of people follow you. How? How can you do it?
When you tell them something which is very effective, which is practical, which they can get benefit in their life, they will want to take it. Today, you have 2 billion people using cell phones in the country, so 300 million is very small number.
No, your expectations are high. No, it's a lot of people. But art of living, it's everywhere. It's in poverty, it's in prisons, it's in the war, in earthquakes, tsunami. What kind of support you give when you are in all these disasters?
So the homeless people, we give them homes wherever there is disaster, medical aid, or whatever physical aid, whatever little bit we could do, we continue doing that.
So
we build schools in many remote areas where people have no child labor, wherever there has been child labor. There we have built schools and brought the children to study in schools. And when tsunami, we have given homes to people whenever the flood relief and all that happened. So, as much as our resource permit, we keep doing our service activity.
So, what do you think it's going to be the role of our living in the future 30 years? Because it's like the United Nations, we are all over the world.
Yeah, I want to see a smile on every face. I want people to be free from stress and society to be free from violence. So we'll continue working in that direction.
2 years ago you came to Buenos Aires, to Argentina. Which was your impression of our country?
Argentina is very nice, very vibrant. I often quote Argentina as the most vibrant city, and people so friendly and so good.
Have you met our leaders, our president?
I have met several leaders of Argentina, yeah. And I met people all the way from Terra del Fuego to Buenos Aires. So it's a beautiful, beautiful country. And I wish all the people of Argentina a happy life, vibrant economy, and a more spiritual
leaders.
Journey.
Yes. And how do you think we can fight against corruption in politics?
You know, corruption begins where the sense of belongingness ends. So the sense of belongingness is very vital. So more you have the sense of belongingness to your people, less corrupt you will be.
Guruji, what is God for you?
God is love. And God is in which everything exists all the time.
Do you think we have a mission in our lives here?
Yes, we need to spread love and gain more knowledge.